Hey, what's up everybody? It's Kellen again here from Start Your Systems, and welcome to our first look at the 2025 Philadelphia Supercross, round number 13 of Moto Option Supercross in MX Simulator, and round number 13, of course, of Monster Energy Supercross IRL. So we're going to take a look at this track. It's my first look at this track as well. I haven't even done a single lap on this track, so I'm going in completely blind, just as you guys are watching the video. And we'll try to figure out some lines throughout this video. We'll try to figure out how this track flows, what it feels like, and so on and so forth. We also know that this is most likely going to be a mud race once again. Unfortunately, as we slide out coming down the start straight, unfortunately the weather looks awful in Philadelphia coming up this week. So it's, I think, already raining right now. It's probably not going to rain tomorrow, but it will probably rain Friday and Saturday most of the day. So definitely another mudder of some kind coming to us. But at least for the Moto Option Supercross Championship going on tonight, we should have a fantastic race on this racetrack. So try to get a full lap in, and then we'll talk about this racetrack a little bit. You can see some whoops before the finish and a 180, which is always going to be fun. That'll create some good passing opportunities in these last chance qualifiers and stuff like that. Got a tunnel jump right here, and then looks like we got some jumps into the sand. I like that right there. Jumping in feels pretty cool. Over this 3 would be huge, because that is a very, very tall 5-foot single right there. So maybe doubling across is the way to go. Seems like 3ing in here for sure, and then maybe 3 again for 1. I don't know. There's going to be a couple different options to play with through here for sure. No inside roller here, so I think everyone's going to tuck inside to hit the Supercross triple. And I almost wonder if a lot of people will tuck inside right here. There is a berm on the outside, like a pretty decent one before you go under the tunnel right here. But based on the way that you can angle coming into this like, I don't know, it's like a 110 degree corner. It's not a 180. Maybe a little bit better to tuck to the inside and be able to kind of just hug that tough block right there. Figure all the way to the outside here and then jump onto this table off. Maybe even over that table would be the way to go. And then 3-1 into this corner. Sets you up for a double out of this corner, and then get up on top of these whoop-de-doos. Bounce through them a little bit awkwardly because I'm not very comfortable in them. And then over the finish line jump. So let's try to tie this stuff together a little bit better, shall we? Little double right here. There is a small roller right there. Might be tough to see it in the video, but a small inside roller right there. So then if we jump to the outside, then you can jump across the start straight for sure here, and then probably go 3-3. I think that's going to be the way to go, because that outside looks pretty comfortable out there. And then I wonder if you get this 3 in clean enough, if you can then go 4 onto the table, maybe. But definitely, you could maybe even 5 out into the corner right there. With 3-3-4-1 for sure. Let's check up on the inside right here. That berm might be better. That corner feels a little bit tighter than I would have thought. But maybe they get a rut going. I hate sliding down the start straight like that. You're always on the edge of the traction going down a start straight where it's coming back into a sweeper like this. And it's just, sometimes it's just luck that you don't lose the rear end, I feel like. But definitely 3 on here. I don't think you could... That transition right there is too abrupt. It's almost like one of those little step table jump thingies for you to be able to quad into the corners. So I don't know if they did that on purpose or if that's on the track map, but definitely something that quadding into the corner probably not possible. And then, like I said, I think here for sure we're going to go over this tunnel and then land double to the outside. And if you can carry some good momentum off of this berm, I might actually go back and try this again since I keep kind of blowing it. So double to the outside, carry some good momentum off this berm to double across the start straight, and then 3. Oh my goodness, that is actually much bigger than I would have thought. I'm sure that those guys will get that outside rut a little bit cleaner than I'm doing right there, but certainly not a small jump. And then getting that 3 right there is probably going to be critical. Like, we're landing really comfortable in the pocket, gonna be the way to go. And then scrub the Supercross triple. And then, that berm feels better. It doesn't set you up to angle onto the start straight better, in my opinion, but it does feel better to just go out there and get a decent run down the start straight. I wonder if you can quad over this table, though. I'm going to try that on one of these laps coming up here. Oh, we're going for a ride. Nice save. Double out of this corner. Whoops feel a little bit easier this week. I think having that double into it, the run-up, feels a little bit more comfortable. But we also had that in Foxborough, and for some reason the whoops seem to be pretty detrimental to a lot of people. So I don't know. Maybe they're not as good as I'm making them out to be. Ah, that double across is so big. Like, it's deceiving. Like, you feel like you're going to rip that sand corner and just get that no problem, but it is not easy whatsoever. So let's see if we get this 3-3, and then can we... Oh, yeah, you could... If you get that other triple a little bit cleaner, I bet 5ing into the corner is going to be one of the moves for sure. But then you can also just go 4-1 to the inside, and that's actually pretty fast because you use that single to kind of like bounce into the corner a little bit cleaner. All right, so get a run. Oh, I need to angle in a little bit better than that. But on off 3-1 here is actually pretty fast because you're almost kind of like doing step on 3. And I think going over would lose you a little bit too much time in terms of air time. But if you can get over, then you would just go 4 into the corner. No, you'd go 5-1 into the corner. Excuse me. All right, so I want to try to get this a little bit cleaner. Yeah, like even doubling off of that sand roller, not very comfortable. Not very comfortable at all. So then let me try something different here. Let me see. So many different things that I would like to try here that I'm just not good enough to do. But I want to see if you go over this tunnel and you land on this inside rut and then go over this. Can you double this? Yeah, you can. I mean, it's tough, but you can. So I wonder if maybe they dig out a rut decent enough right there to go 2-3-2 or 2-2-3 or something through there. We'll play with a couple different options. Definitely the 4-1 into this corner seems to be pretty easy. Just grab the triple, lay it over for the fans. And then charge down the start straight. You're just leaning all the way down. Little 360, 540 actually, not even a 360, it was a 540. All right, let me try to just tie one lap together. Like instead of trying to go for these Hail Mary lines, let's just see if we can get a decent lap kind of put together here. So try to put one semi-decent lap, and then we'll send you guys probably on your way, but at least get a first look at this track. So over the finish line jump we go. Nice little finish line double. And then got to check up for that roller on the inside. Get down the backside of this. Double to the inside of the sand. Definitely could double out, but we're not going to do it there. Check up and double here. To then 3-1 into the corner. Something different there for sure. I gotta figure this out. 3 out of this corner. 3 here. And then 4, and then check up and go 1 to the inside here. Get a good run and scrub that Supercross triple nicely. Rip around the berm, charge back down the start straight, maybe let off just a tiny bit to get the rear tire kicked back out again. Hard braking though. This is a weird corner to be hard braking into because there's not really a decent lip on the outside. Step on, step off, triple, single into the corner. Double in here, get into the second gear, and then land on the backside of that. Get up on top of these whoop-de-doos. Oh, found a kicker right there at the end. So this is going to be a decent lap. I mean, I don't know what we're looking at for lap times. I would guess based on all that stuff that goes back and forth over the tunnel and stuff, we're looking at low 50s would be my guess here. Obviously with the mud and such, probably not that, but somewhere in that range. And then I truly believe these guys are going to figure this out here to jump out here. Yeah, there you go. That was a little bit better. And then there you go. 3 and 2, or 3-3, I should say. And I want to try. Okay, so yeah, we can definitely get onto the table. If I land that first jump a little bit cleaner, we'll get onto the table. And then off 2 into the corner. And then the other option, like I said, that would be the big boy line would be 3-3-5, I guess, from the table all the way to the corner. I'm going to try to soak this corner up a little bit better, though. So coming out of here. Ooh, a little bit nose heavy. That kick, that 3-in has a kick to it for sure. So can't just lean in and scrub off of it that comfortably. But we'll try one more time here. It's going to be good. Oh, I went tiny bit long on the 3-in. That's one of those that's weird because the pocket and the transition going up the face of the 5-foot single is more abrupt than you expect it to be. So it's kind of tough to get all the way comfortably down in that transition. But if you can just get through this corner, soak it up, that's going to be good right there. Oh, come on. That's just so close. That is so close. All right, let me try the other option again. Just real quick, and then we'll wrap it up for you guys here. But as I said, the other option here could be 3-in. Oh, that one was a clean one. 3 here, and then jump all the way to the corner. Oh, yeah, that one also, you might need on a 450, you might need a pretty springy setup, good rebound, just so that it boots you a little bit higher than what mine does. Because you can see it wasn't really getting me all the way up there. Let me try quadding over this table one more time. Again, this is all down to corner speed really, which is really tough to do. But yeah, I guess over table, could you go over table 5 all the way into the corner? I don't even really think that's a line, to be honest with you, but maybe. I'm going to try to come from slightly off track here and see if we can line this up. So now you guys get to see a little behind the scenes of what it looks like off track. Oh, too long. See, that single that leads into this rhythm section, it seems like they purposely made it smaller, a little bit, a little bit kind of like, you know, knocked down a tiny bit, but angled a little bit too, so that it just doesn't really have as much of a kick to it. Try again. Just gotta skirt the tough blocks. Oh. And then 4, I guess. Yeah, no one's gonna do that. People will triple on off, triple single, or I guess on a 250 maybe double, quad triple. Actually, that's not that bad of a line now that I think of it. If you're trying to set up a decent pass in this corner, and like let's say you're swooping near the mechanics area, let me set up what I'm talking about here so that you guys aren't just like going in blind to what I'm talking about. But there might be a sneaky, pretty good line in here in that rhythm section. So as you're going down the start straight here and you happen to end up swinging really wide, if you want to cut in and hug these tough blocks like really close to set up a pass on someone, come out of this corner double, and then 4, and then 3 right there. Low key, not that bad of a line. That one's actually faster than you guys will think it is, because the triple on like triple line thing will be really fast when you're actually like get it clean. But tying all this together with like that swoop to the inside, hugging the tough blocks, and then just smooth double in, and then the 4 is really not that big. Like it's actually only a little bit longer than your standard table over singles, so I think on a 250 that line would even be viable. I might do that as my like 250 lap that I do as a showcase later. But definitely, yeah, like doubling in, quad, triple into the corner, because then you save yourself having to do that single all the way into the corner. I like that. I actually like that line a lot. So yeah, there's some options to play with here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our first look here of Philadelphia in MX Simulator. Track will be available a little bit later, but please be sure to tune in to round number 13 of Moto Option Supercross Showdown coming up live on Start Your Systems TV on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and TikTok at 6:15 p.m. Pacific, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Here tonight, Wednesday, the 9th of April. So hopefully you guys will tune in. Thanks for watching our first look, and we'll see you guys then. So long for now. If you liked that video, be sure to subscribe to the channel for much more motocross gaming content.